Welcome to Stylin Profilin here at the cabin. My name is Perry Lefko, and we got a great show today. We got Anthony Carelli, who wrestled in the WWE for 10 years as Santino Marella. Anthony, 10 years in the WWE. I mean, that's like a lifetime. So when you think about it, I mean, what was it like?
Man, it was a really interesting phenomenon because it was like that. But at the same time, there were so many awesome moments packed into that 10 years. When you start calculating, for example, 2 European tours per year times 9 years on Raw, that's 18 European tours. So you're visiting cities like, or Belgium, or countries like Belgium and France and Spain and England and Wales, 10 to 20 times. And of course, there were so many episodes of Raw. We did the math one time, and it was like 450, let's say, episodes. Mm-hmm. And it's just so much. And at the same time, it was, it was like yesterday.
And that's what I got to ask you, talking about Monday Night Raw. Guy from Mississauga debuts in Milan.
Yeah, they called me up, flew me to Italy, and man, it was hard to enjoy the moment because you just want to get through it without an error. And we did it, and that was my opportunity, and I'm happy to be able to say that I seized the moment and the opportunity.
So I wanted to ask you about not only about Santino Marella, but Wrestlemania. What is it like to actually be in Wrestlemania?
Well, Wrestlemania is interesting. For me, there's an extra layer of excitement because I started 2 weeks after a WrestleMania. So WrestleMania is always the culmination of 1 year's work for me. That's my fiscal kind of year starts in April. So every year is a celebration of WrestleMania for me. Yeah, it's definitely surreal. The sound, the acoustics are much different than something like the ACC where it's indoor. Mm-hmm. Football stadiums, sometimes they're open to the sky, and the audience becomes one collective, and you don't really hear any individual sounds. It's just a thunderous collective of everybody hopefully responding in the same way.
Mm-hmm. And I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about the Cobra, this hand puppet that you created and made it part of your character, and it was very appealing to people of all ages, especially probably the kids. So what happened? How did you create the whole character, of the hand puppet?
Yeah, a couple of notable things. One, I was in Japan at the original Battle Arts, and we had a post-show dinner, drinking dinner, that kind of thing. And one of the partners of the original Battle Arts wanted to demonstrate. He couldn't speak English very well. And he demonstrated this thing where he transformed his arm into this little puppet thing. And it was just a funny thing, and that was it. And then I saw him another time. He did it again and got me to do it, and we just laughed at it. We were able to enjoy it because you didn't have to verbally communicate. It was funny just because of the actions. And that was it. It was like he planted a seed, and then several years later, I was having a match, and I said, "Hey, watch this! I'm gonna try something." I was wrestling. I believe it was Carlito or Chavo, mm-hmm. And it was John Cena. And I said, "Do me a favor and check out what I'm gonna try something. Let me know what you think." And immediately the crowd laughed without any prior. It was the first time I ever did it, mm-hmm. So there's no way they could have been conditioned to respond to it. They just laughed. And I came back, and everyone was like, "Dude, that thing," because I did it near the end of the match in my comeback. And everyone was like, "Keep it, that's a keeper." So we started doing it just on the house show, on the live events. And it was like I would do a Cobra into a schoolboy. Mm-hmm. And then one day I go to Monday Night Raw, and Ricky Steamboat's my producer, and he said, "You're going to go over with the Cobra. Vince wants to see the Cobra. He's heard about it." So the reports that the producers do on the live events do get submitted to the office, and they are reviewed. And the Cobra, they heard about it, and then they requested it, and he loved it. again, if Vince likes it, you're in, you know.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned before there was an interesting storyline between you and Beth Phoenix.
Yeah, and Vince always liked the play on the gender roles. You know, she was more dominant, I was docile, and she was the alpha. But we had an altercation where, you know, she punched me, and then I grabbed her, and I remember I grabbed her, I was trying to relax her and say, like, okay, relax, no more punches. And so many comedians just thought that I was saying no more punches was really funny, because it's realistic. It's something someone would say in an altercation, like, you know, let go of my hair, let go, like, you let go, ready, we're both gonna let go on 3, that kind of stuff. Things that you've seen in the real life, and just by believing in it so much, and really just bringing that character completely to life.
You mentioned before about Battle Arts Academy. For people who don't know, Battle Arts Academy is a place for anybody can go there to just go there to, you know, to work out, but it's also a place for people to become, people want to aspire to become professional wrestlers, MMA.
Yeah, Battle Arts is a place, and anybody that ever said, you know what, there has to be more to it. There has to be more to life, and this is a place where you'll find that there is more to life. Like, I actually said to Dani Davis one time, he was the owner of OVW when I got signed. And as I was leaving back to Toronto, I was released from the developmental program. I said, what a wonderful thing you've created. You've created a facility where other people's dreams can come true. And I want to thank you for building that. And I guess the whole concept, you know, it meant a lot to me. And I want to build that facility for other people. And I want kids to go to the Olympics and become national champions and lead by example. And I want to build a team of leaders that lead by example.
Now, it's interesting talking to you. Probably one thing I did want to ask you is about what is your style? And everyone's got some kind of style. What is yours?
Fashion-wise?
Fashion-wise, whatever, right?
Well, being a Mississauga native and growing up in the GTA, we're very progressive here. We have influences from, you know, Europe and South America and everywhere. I think Toronto's a very stylish city, and there's definitely a mix. I mean, when it comes to music, I love every type of music. When it comes to presentation, I mean, I could be digging in the garden earlier, a hat and some shorts, and then I can change my shirt, throw on some cufflinks, and go speak at a school. So I'm not a chameleon, but I can definitely blend in and change my hats. Am I a corporate guy? Am I an athlete guy? Am I dad? Or am I whatever I'm going to be?
All right, man. Cool talking to you. Thanks.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Thanks for joining us today here at the Cabin. It was interesting talking to Anthony Carelli. We're going to have some more interesting shows coming up in the future at the Cabin, Goods, and Grooming for Gents.
People to this day are shocked that I'm not Santino.
Yeah.
I'm not from Italy, and I don't speak like that. And